Happy Valley is racing on Wednesday night. Welcome to the race by race preview. Paul Lally is here with all of the selections for the 9 races, and the first gets underway at 6:40 local time. It's a Class 5 over the 1650. Smashing Express has been back to the trial since his last start, as has Super Baby. Party Warrior, he's had 2 trials. Gallant Crown's a 5-time course and distance winner. Podium's been top 4 in all of his starts at Happy Valley this season. Mr Aladdin has the visor off, the blinkers going back on. Superb Move minus the pacifiers plus blinkers. And Red Maverick has a tongue tie re-added to his gear for the first, Paul. And who finds the top?
Well, Super Baby likes the lead. Gallant Crown's drawn wide, but I think he can come across and join him. Red Maverick's gone forward recently. Mr Aladdin, thought Podium will get a lovely run just in the midfield there. Back to Mr Good Vibes, Smashing Express. But with those 2 horses that like to lead, I think every horse is going to get their opportunity in this race.
We kick things off with a Podium, who has been racing well. Here he is running second. Red Maverick finishes 9th, and Gallant Crown's not normally too far away, but with Super Baby in the race, it might not be as an easy lead for Gallant Crown this week.
Correct, yeah, so that's why he didn't go. He goes in, but not on top, Gallant Crown. He's really well rated horse now, Gallant Crown, so you will get his opportunity. I like the way Podium finished off strongly here, and the way the race is going to be run, I think he's going to sit just behind the pace, so I think he's a big chance.
That is our first replay. Second one features Smashing Express coming off a last start second. He's in a very informed stable of John Sires. This 1800 metres, so he's back in trip. Running ahead 4th, You're My Everything 7th. Confringo ends up running 6th. Does the Sires runner figure here?
He does, just on a minor line, because I think he's a real star. He just really looks like a real star, this horse. So I think he's suited over the longer trips, but he will get a bit of pace in this race. So I didn't want to completely leave him out. So yeah, he goes in.
Casa Papa breaking through finally.
Yeah, so I don't know what sort of how strong that form race is going to be.
Absolutely, it took him 1,000 races to win one. Mr Good Vibes, 1,200 metres. Pretty much all of his racing has been over shorter distances, and he's always running on those shorter trips.
Yeah, so he looks ideally placed here over the 1650 down in grade. So it looks like he's one of the big chances, I thought, as well. He's drawn 9, but again, as I said, with the pace in the race, he's another one that's going to feature as well. So again, he's one of the major chances in the race.
There is the grey. The further they went, the closer he was getting to them. Main chances is the main chance, Mr Good Vibes?
I'm going to put him in second. I've got Podium just on top of him. There's not much between the 2 of them, but Podium to beat Mr Good Vibes, Gallant Crown from the front, and then Smashing Express running on late, 8-6-5-1.
Podium to be well named by Paul's selection and win the first for Matthew Poon and David Eustace. Race number 2, we go up in grade for this one. It is a Class 4 and it's over the 1,200 metres. Moto Man a win at 2 starts ago. Heyday likes to roll forward. Excellent Peers is a 4-time course and distance winner. Colonel, even better, he's a 6-time course and distance winner. Spicy Knuckles has the hood off for his start on Wednesday night. Super 60s racing well, but another wide draw for him. Wisdom Star blinkers off, visor on. And Oriental Tycoon pacifiers with cowls off, visor first time. Couple of front runners in this race, Paul.
Yeah, another one that's going to be running a reasonable race this race, with Heyday and Colonel both liking to lead. Oriental Tycoon can be a lot closer. He went back from a wide draw last start. Inno Century was right on the pace on his debut run. Solar River went forward and ran well at his last start. He'll need some luck. And Moto Man not too far away. Spicy Knuckles led at his first 2 starts but didn't lead last start.
Here is one of those leaders in Heyday. He does perform best around at Happy Valley over the 1,200. He didn't actually lead this night. He took a trail in behind Golden Luck. Nice draw. Barrier number 5, Matthew Poon, has a good record on the horse.
Yeah, look, again, I like him in this race. He's in form at the moment. He's drawn nicely in barrier 5. So, look, he looks the leader in the race. But if he wants to sit behind Colonel, who's sort of more one-dimensional than he is, then I think he can do that as well. So this looks like quite a nice form race as well. Fortune Whiskey racing later in the card, running 3rd.
And he's been racing well. Fortune Whiskey was a winner leading in to that race. Super 60, Paul, he's been going well, but just the barrier draws have been working against him. But he gets back and he charges home. He's stepping up in trip to the 1,200 metres again this week.
Yeah, look, I've got him in on a minor line. Just the draw again, as you say, he tends to push him on the back foot at the start. Barrier 9 he's got to contend with, but he has got a good turn of foot, and the way he finishes off his races, you think the 1,200 metres will look quite good for him on Wednesday night.
There he is in those green colours on the extreme outside. Solar River last time when his best race in a short career so far. He ends up running second here behind Dragon 4 Seas. He too has come up with a much wider barrier, and Inno Century was on the pace in this race. He was at 7.5 for his debut this day.
Yeah, he trialled really well leading into it. And look, I think Happy Valley's probably a horse by Darcy Brahma will probably suit him a little bit more than Sha Tin as well. So with this run under his belt, he just sort of faded out late. I think he's got the better of Solar River. Solar River, unfortunately, is drawn wide. If Solar River had a lower draw, I'd be more interested in him. But from that wide draw with all the pace underneath him, I think he's going to might just a little struggle to try and slot in. So from barrier 2, I quite like Inno Century after this run.
Good report on what he's done at the trials, Inno Century. So where does he go in the top 4?
Yeah, going to go. We'll give him a chance. He should be a price, so we'll put him on top, Inno Century. So he goes on top to beat Heyday, Super 60. And I'm going to put Motorman in. Did win nice enough 2 starts ago, and he's drawn well on barrier 6. 3-2-9-1.
A win at his first look at Happy Valley for Inno Century. Paul selections for race number 2 at the Valley. Third race is a Class 4 over the 1,200 metres, and Sky Jewellery, 1 start for 1 win, carries an extra £6. Mega bonus, a 5-time course and distance winner. Tai Hang Scenery is first up. Great Spirit has the cheek pieces going on. Super Charizard, 2-time course and distance winner. They were both in Class 5. Good Prospect, cheek pieces on crossover noseband again. And Island Golden's won twice. One was a Class 5 and one was a restricted Class 4 event. Mega bonus is the leader here, Paul.
Yeah, likes to go forward and lead. Mega bonus. Island Golden can go forward. Super Charizard's been going forward in his recent races as well. Prime Water drawn wide, he might just struggle from that wide draw. Cosmo Navigator should be able to slot in. He's led in the past, but when he won his race, he took cover. Tying Scenery's fresh up. Glory B's been racing well. And Sky Jewellery, who will be the likely favourite for the race, was very impressive on debut, and he did go back on debut as well.
And here is Tom with the trainer of Sky Jewellery. It's John Size.
John, Sky Jewellery, a winner on debut at Happy Valley. How's he come through that first up performance?
Seems okay. He's in pretty good order. He did his job very well and seemed impressive the first day out. But he come home and did well after that, and he should be able to go on with it.
He looked pretty professional and had his ears pricked on the lines, so this looked like there's plenty of scope with this horse.
Well, I hope so. I mean, he's showed us plenty before he started racing, and he promised us like that he'd win first start. So he's done that and acquitted himself very well. So I think he'll keep going.
Barrier number 11 this week, obviously a bit tougher, but the A course, does that still give him an opportunity even though he's drawn wide?
Well, the gates are really important on that track, and he's obviously got more work to do. He'll have to use more energy to win the race. He's not going to get a sweet run by any means, but hopefully his class will help him out.
Happy with his trial the other week up at Chung Fa, where he did race up on the speed in that trial?
Yeah, he seems like he might be in the future. He might be able to race handy, depending on where he draws. So yeah, he might be versatile.
Beauty Eternal, also Helios Express at the trials this morning. Happy with what they've done on the track?
Yeah, they're fine. They get ready for their assignments, and they seem to be training on quite well. No interruptions with them, so we're happy with those 2 horses.
There is Tom with the master trainer, John Size on Sky Jewellery. Paul, move on to Prime Mortar, who is coming off this second last time behind Golden Empire. He's had no luck with the draws, but this was quite a solid finish from him in this race.
Yeah, barrier 12 with the pace underneath him is the problem for me with Prime Mortar. So, look, I'm not going to put him in, but look, he did finish off nicely, and if he had a better draw, then I thought he would have had a lot better chance, but just from barrier 12, he's a horse that does like to go forward as well. I just don't know where he's going to be in the run.
My barrier a concern with him. Tai Hang Scenery is first up. This is his most recent trial at Chung Fa. He runs second in this. He's run second in a couple of 1,000 metre trials at Chung Fa. Harry Bentley, Danny Shum combined with him, and the horse that wins a trial in Bulb General trial well at Sha Tin on Tuesday morning.
Yeah, he did look so coming into this race fresh. He did have 3 runs leading into it. Did take a couple of runs just to show some form. So that's why I was just happy to watch him as he comes out. But look, there's nothing wrong with the trial.
As he gets down towards the winning post there, and that is a look at the runners in race number 3. John Sy's pretty bullish about his runner, Sky Jury. Are you also?
Yeah, I really like this horse. The way he won, he's impressive. And, you know, John Sy's doesn't really send too many debutantes to Happy Valley, and the ones that have won, like the likes of Mr. Stunning and whatnot, have gone on with it. I think this horse can as well. So he's on top. Super Charizard's both wins are in Class 5, but he's been racing well in Class 4. Cosmo Navigator in there on a minor line as well. He was a winner 2 starts ago. I think Glory B, he's drawn nicely, and I think he won't be too far away either. And he's run some pretty good races recently. 1, 7, 8, 10.
That's the preview for the third race, the first leg of the early treble. Fourth race, Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Here's a look at this one with a Class 2 over the 1650 moments in time. Helene Feeling both come out of the January Cup. Mr. Ascendancy ran on Friday at Shartin and ran second over the 1400. Flamingo Trillion 2 starts for 2 placings, course and distance, and Telecom Fighters Paul will try and no doubt lead them all of the way and look for win number 8 over the 1650.
Yeah, he's one-dimensional, isn't he? He just likes to go forward. Flamingo Trillion will have to slot him behind. Moments in Time pulled a lot last time. I think they'll just let him roll. His stablemate Helene Feeling should get a really good run with Red Hair King. I mean, it's a small field. I think every horse is going to get their chance.
Group 3, winning form leading into the race for Helene Feeling, and Harry Bentley's on board again, and here's Harry with Tom.
Harry, Helene Feeling, January Cup winner last time out. Took us through that win at Happy Valley.
Yeah, well, it was a great victory. I thought they went quite slow in the early parts. Hugh was able to just inject a bit of speed up at the front, which just helped my chances, and yeah, he was able to really knuckle down under a light weight.
He's got a light weight last time out, but a bigger weight this time around. You're carrying at least 9 pounds better than the rest of the field. Obviously, the stablemate's got the top weight. How do you feel about the bigger weight this weekend, or this week rather?
Naturally, you know, it's something else to contend with. It's not going to be as easy for him to lug around that lightweight, but you know, at the end of the day, he's a big horse and he can certainly shoulder it.
You galloped him on Monday morning. He's also trialled up at Chung Fa. Happy with the trial and his work since?
Yeah, the trial was really good. Just went through the paces and didn't ask too many questions, but he felt really good and sat on him on Monday, as you say, and felt really good.
We know these smaller fields can be particularly tactical, especially at Happy Valley as well. How do you sort of see the race panning out potentially for him?
I think there's a bit of pace on the inside of me in 2 and 3, so hopefully they'll slide forward. And yeah, I mean, they can be tactical, these races, but hopefully if you've got 2 horses just wanting to be up there, they might just keep each other honest in front and yeah, keep an even pace, which will only suit me.
That's Harry on Helene Feeling. Paul, one of his stablemates is Moments in Time, and here he is back on the 4th of December running second. Red Hair King third. Mr. Ascendancy's had a few goes since, and Senor Toba 8th. Yeah,
look, this obviously they're back in trip. This is 1,800 metres, and you can see him go really well back. Moments in Time. They've changed the tactics a little bit with him. They've gone back. They've gone forward. He did resent going being restrained last time, so that was just a little query with him, but did finish off nicely. Red Hair King shows he's up to this class, and Mr. Ascendancy wasn't far away, so they're all good chances.
He's in this replay also is Mr. Ascendancy. This one's on the all-weather. Capital Delight second despite a protest. Mr. Ascendancy and Telecom Fighters. Did you like the run of Mr. Ascendancy after this at Shartin on Friday?
Yeah, look, I do, because you're getting a like for like on the turf with him. Look, this does show he's in good form though, because he's finished off nicely enough on the all-weather. Look, Telecom Fighters is a lot better at Happy Valley, we know that, so forget his run here. And Capital Delight has actually won at Happy Valley before, so he's capable around it as well.
Sword Point has been flying on that surface. He's not there, Sword Point, but who is? And in your top 4?
Well, Danny Shim, I think, has got the main cards here, and I've gone with the 2 to beat the 1. There's not much between them, but Moments in Time did a few things wrong last time. That's why I wanted to stick with Helene Feeling, Mr. Ascendancy, and then Red Hair King. 2, 1, 5, 8.
That is the preview for the 4th, the first leg of Wednesday night's 6 Up. Trophy race is race number 5, and this is the running of the Volunteer Challenge Cup over the 1200 metres. Circuit Duffy, he's had 4 starts for a first and a second so far in his short career. Golden Rise has placed his last 2. Kaying Power comes into the race, carries 1, 2, 3 minus the 2 for Jerry Chow. Fortune Whiskey's racing well. Roaring Bibi has had 3 trials. Cheek Pieces, crossover noseband off. Blinkers first time. Bulb Emperor, blinkers off. Sweet Diamond, 2-time course and distance winner. And World Hero has the cheek pieces removed, Paul, and they race 2 by 2.
Yeah, I think the horses can get into their positions here with Sweet Diamond and Circuit Duffy both like to go forward. World Hero has led in the past, but he's better with a sit, I think. Roaring Bibi's got blinkers on for the first time. Tegepi's run forward at his last 2 starts. Fortune Whiskey will get his chance. Kaying Power comes into the race, but he normally gets back even when he draws low. Golden Rise should be able to slot in there, and then Galvanic and Ace Power up towards the back.
Here is Tom now with the trainer of Fortune Whiskey, David Eustace.
David, you've had Fortune Whiskey for a handful of starts now, and you've turned him around. What's been the key to getting him into winning and placing form?
I think probably headgear mainly. Blinkers on have certainly just focused him. He was quite an erratic horse prior to that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it just really focused him. He's now jumping well in his races, which he was sort of previously in New Zealand. So Matthew seems to get on really well with him too.
Covered a bit of ground at Happy Valley last start, but you must have been impressed that he was still there at the end.
Yeah, it was a very honest run. It looked like that just might be the case pre-race, that we were going to need some luck, and it might be the case again this time, but a good effort.
You've got a similar sort of draw. Do you maybe have to go one place further back than you'd ideally like potentially?
Yeah, look, I haven't actually sort of really studied race shape just yet, so we'll make a call later on, but to be fair to the horse, he's now jumping well, and he jumped good last time, which just will give us different options.
There is David Eustace's thoughts on Fortune Whiskey. Paul, we can grab yours also because we're going back to his win, which was prior to the 3rd. Golden Rise led up and run down, and nothing wrong with the form of Fortune Whiskey after this.
No, he's going well with this horse. And look, I think the key is, as we've heard, there's the blinkers that have gone on to him. Matthew Poon aboard once again. He does know this horse did win on him and was placed on him here. Look, this is his win, and look, he's going well, this horse. I'm definitely going to go with him. I think he's a good chance, and I just like the way he really stretched out and did beat Golden Rise here.
Stables racing well too, that of David Eustace. Circuit Duffy and Kaying Power's come into the race. He's on the improved Kaying Power. Circuit Duffy at the top of the book has to shoulder the 135, so 1 more pound than what he did this night.
Yeah, so look, he's drawn wide, but he's going to have to work a little bit to get across. He has drawn barrier number 9, but if he gets across easy enough, which we did see there he could, then he'll get his chance as well. And as you mentioned, Kaying Power, now he's come into this race and he did catch the eye finishing off nicely there.
Do we get the ice ready for the whiskey?
Yep, I'm going to go with the Fortune Whiskey on top here. I think he can win. He's in good form at the moment. I'm going to put Roaring Bibi in now. He's got blinkers on for the first time. Cheek pieces will come off of him with the cross noseband, and barrier number 5, I think he can slot him behind. We saw Fortune Whiskey beat Golden Rise here. And Ace Power, he really caught the eye. He'll be finishing late. Whether he can get there or not in time, that's the question. 5-8-2-7.
Race number 5 all previewed, the first leg of the Triple Trio. And preview time now for race number 6 on Wednesday night. Can't Go Wong, Northern Beast at the top of the book, coming to the race in good form, as does Take Action, but he has an extra £9 on his back for his last start win. Smart City tries the 1800 for the first time. Amazing Award, extra £6 for his win last time out. Dragon Delight normally goes forward, and Pegasus General comes up in grade with a 1650 metre Class 5 win last time, Paul.
Yeah, Kingly Demeanor, when he's been going to the front, he's been running a lot better. So I think he can get to the front and lead. Smart City's drawn well, so he should get his opportunity. Dragon Delight. Dragon Star's drawn wide. He might just have to work to get across, but they've got the whole length of the straight to get across, so he may be able to get there. Pegasus General's the last start winner, but drawn wide. Flying Silver, Take Action there. He's another one that's got tricky draw on barrier 8. And Intrepid Winner, although he's drawn the inside, I think he'll go back.
David Eustace is back. Here he is with Tom re Amazing Award.
Amazing award in race 6 with Karis riding. Last start winner over the 1650. How's he come on since that performance?
Yeah, he'd been building to that. We'd been quite pleased with him, and he'd been a victim of just poor barriers and still learning. But he sort of put it all together quite well at the Valley. Yeah, 2 weeks. So he's had a bit of racing, but he's trained on nicely, and he'll relish the step up in trip. So yeah, hopeful of a good run. Obviously, plenty of respect for John's horse, but he's in good form.
A bit more weight, obviously, this week, and you think that the 1800 metres and the weight still right within his wheelhouse?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's still learning, how to really race, and he's still maturing. So if he does do that, then I'd like to think there's still some points in hand, and there's no doubt he'll appreciate 18. And always felt, he might stay 2000, whether that's an advantage or not, really. Here we'll see, but at least it gives you an option.
There he is, David Eustace. Paul, we move on to winning form around Take Action, but extra weight on his back this week. Extra 150 metres to run too. Northern Beast runs on for third. Can he get the change in result on Take Action here?
I think he can. I think stepping up to the 1800 looks good for him. He's also drawn nicely in barrier number 1. So he'll get a really soft run, I think, in transit. Now, Take Action, look, he did win easy enough here, but he's up in weight, as you mentioned, and I just really like the way Northern Beast finished off. So I think Northern Beast can overturn him.
There you go, Northern Beast, a good run off that replay. Can't go wrong, Paul. He doesn't win out of turn, but he can't have done too much more over 1800. 2 starts for 1 win and a second at Happy Valley.
Yeah, maybe that's the key for him, just keep him over this 1800 metres. As you say, he's very hard to catch, can't go wrong. But has won recently and had that placing as well. This looks a little bit harder, this one, but look, he'll be running on again, I've got no doubt whatsoever.
As he's just being overhauled there by a Charity Gain. Dragon Delight 5th, Dragon Star 6th, and Intrepid Winner finished 10th in that race. Is it the Beast?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Northern Beast. Zach Purden's mount here. I think he can beat Amazing Award. We did hear from David Eustace there. Smart City, we'll give him a chance with a good draw and Take Action. I can't leave him out completely, but I'm just worried about that increase in weight for him. 2763.
Purden and Hall for Paul to combine to win race number 6 with Northern Beast. Race number 7, sprint racing coming up here over the 1,000 metres for the Class 3s. Healthy and Youthful Spirits both on the class drop. Eternal Fortune comes back in distance. Red Elegance is a 2-time course and distance winner. All the wins for Sergeant Pepper have been at the 1,000, 5 of them, but they've all been down in grade. All Greek to Me has the one-eyed blinker off and the blinkers going on, and Cheval Valiant is one of several horses in this race, Paul, that love to charge forward.
Yeah, All Greek to Me, blinkers on, barrier 1. He's an out-and-out leader as well. Youthful Spirits goes forward, Sergeant Pepper goes forward, Healthy's led in the past. Fun Elite likes to go forward, but he's got a wide draw to overcome. So, look, it could set it up nicely for something from the back here.
We head straight to Tom with the rider of Youthful Spirits. It's Luke Ferraris.
Luke, Youthful Spirits, he's been pretty consistent for Mark Newnham. You were on board 2 and 3 starts ago. How do you feel he's going at the moment?
Yeah, he's a bit of a one-trick pony. He jumps and rolls up in front, and hope you hang on. But like you said, he's been consistent. So I mean, if you can just replicate those runs, then he should be in with a chance.
As you mentioned, he likes to charge forward. From someone watching from the outside, are those types of horses easy to ride, or has he got a few quirks?
I find them easy to ride. I suppose his only quirk is that he's got a high head carriage and a bit of a soft mouth, so you're kind of restricted as to how much you can rein him back throughout the run. So it's sort of, you got to find a happy medium with him. But when he gets left alone in front and he can roll along how he likes, he usually is there in the finish.
Blinkers have been on his last few starts now. Have they made any difference to his sort of racing style at all?
Not really. I think it was more towards the end of the races. He was wanting to lay out and just wanted to keep him on a straight path and not wander that last furlong, which when I rode him with them on, they worked. So if he can do the same on Wednesday night, then hopefully he's there again.
You've had a few days to process your achievements on My Wish and the classic mile. You weren't lost for words when I spoke to you the other day, but now you've had a bit more time to process it.
Yeah, massive achievement for myself. I give myself a pat on the back for that. It's a big race and one I was really wanting to win, and nice that it could happen for Mark and a nice group of owners. So really pleased with myself, and hopefully we can just roll that momentum forward.
How do you feel about him going to 1800 next start?
Well, contrary to what he is in the morning, he's an easy ride in a race. He leaves the gates well and switches off in a spot. So, I mean, if he can switch off like he did in the mile, hopefully he sees out the 18. He is a small little fella, but what he lacks in size, he makes up for in height. But if he can land in a soft spot and switch off like he did, there's no reason why he won't produce a turn of foot like he did.
There is Luke Ferraris on youthful spirits. Paul, we move on to our first replay, which is Eternal Fortune running fourth over the 1200 last time. The other two would need to improve a bit, but the drop back in distance and a claim for Eternal Fortune this week.
Yeah, look, I'm going to include him because even though he's back to 1,000, he did race well over the shorter distances before he got here. His win was over the 1,200 metres. He's come out of a particularly strong form race here with View of the World and A Emeritus Spec, so likely to be sort of favoured horses in the last. So a good run from him, you go with.
Heroic Master, barrier number 12, but there is a lot of pace in the race. He's run second at Sha Tin recently, Healthy, Grand Nova and Sky Cap the others, with Cheval Valiant the leader at this stage, 400 metres left to run.
Look, he's had 16 goes here at Happy Valley over the course and distance for 2 wins, and he's had 11 placings. So he's so honest over the 1,000 metres here. He's going to get the race run to suit. He's a well-rated horse now. He's at 64, and he had his win was off 68. Hasn't won for a little while, but look, I think he's one of the major chances.
Super Fortune winning that race over Heroic Master. One more replay to have a look at. Red Elegance has been racing really well and tends to love a hot pace, and on your speed map we saw Good to Fast. He's going to get everything to suit this week, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I like him in this. He's run second off this rating that he's at now, which is this race here. Baby Crystal's come out and raced really well since. Loves it here at Happy Valley. Now his track course and distance, 5 starts, 2 wins, a second and a third, I should say, from his start. So he's no one that loves it here, and with the race run to suit, I think the grey could win.
There you go. So he's winning. Who's running second, third and fourth?
Yeah, we'll put him on top to beat Heroic Master. So Red Elegance, Heroic Master, Eternal Fortune, and we heard from Luke Ferraris here with Youthful Spirits, 4632.
They're all covered for race number 7, the first leg of the late treble. And race number 8 is a Class 3 over the 1,650 metres. This is the lineup. Levero mixing his form a bit, but does have a good draw this week. Ican's been back to the trials since a disappointing last start. Soleil Fighter's been top 3, 4 of 6 course and distance. Definitive last start winner carries an extra £5. Satanta likes the pace to be on. Quantum Patch draws a gate. Comet Splendido getting close to a class drop, but is a 3-time course and distance winner. Joint leaders here, Paul.
Well, look, Definitive changed his riding tactics last time and led, and he won. So they're not going to, I think they're going to try and do exactly the same here once again. Livero's drawn 1, he likes to lead, and he's got the rail. So I think they can lead together without putting too much pressure on each other. Ican can get that nice run in behind. Ivy League's gone forward in his last couple. Soleil Fighter, another one that can get a lovely run there with Romantic Lau. Quantum Patch can be closer in the run from that light draw, and and Comet Splendido went back and did finish off strongly at his last start.
He's in this replay is Comet Splendido, but we'll focus on Quantum Patch, who's pretty wide around this last turn. He ends up running third. Comet Splendido is on the inside there. Vincent Ho, Pierrong with Quantum Patch. Gates 11, 9, 12 at his last 3. Barrier 2 this week.
Look, I like him in this race. Look, he had to circumnavigate the field here, and look, he hit the front about now and just managed to peak on his run. It was a good run from him though, and as you can see, he wasn't beaten fast, so I like him coming into this race.
Good report for Quantum Patch. Definitive, a surprise winner last time. He went off at big odds. Soleil Fighter runs second. Galaxy Witness, he stayed on after a tough run. This is the race you mentioned with Comet Splendido and Satanta. The faster they go through the run, the better for him.
Yeah, so he'll want pace on. I don't think this is a fluke. He bet a lot of his rivals in this race, did a definitive, and it was a strong win. He had to work from the front. So, look, I'm going to include him. I'm also going to put Ican in. I know you can see him dropping out the back there, but from barrier 3, he drew 10 there, and he had to work. From barrier 3, he's going to get a lot better run.
He's in good form before that race too. What about Lavero? He's been a bit hard to catch. When he's good, he's been good. When he's been ordinary, he's been ordinary. He's got the gate this week that if he's going to do something good, this could be it, and this is his trial up at Chungfar.
Trial was good. Look, I'm going to put him in. I don't want to leave him out. As you can see, he's run 11th of 11th, then 10th of 13th, 11th of 11th, then he won, and then he's won 12th for 12th. So you're right, he's a bit hit or miss, is Lavero. But from barrier number 1, he drew 11 last time. Trial showed that he's going nicely enough. So yeah, he goes in.
He's going in off the back of that trial. What is the makeup of your top 4 for race 8?
Going to go with Quantum Patch though on top. I thought it was a terrific run last time, and with barrier 2, he should get a lot more economical run from Ican, Lavero, and Definitive. I think we covered them all. 10, 3, 1 and 6.
Quantum Patch for Paul to take the second last on the program for the Vincent Ho and Pierrong combination. And the last is a Class 3 over the 1,200 metres. At the top of the book is last start winner Wings of War, who carries an extra £5. Better draw for Gustosissimo. Kairos Dragon's a 2-time course and distance winner. View of the World goes up £2 for his last start win, but A. Emeritus Spexo gets a weight turnaround on him. We have got Gallant Valour with a better draw. Happy Fat Cat placed last time. Harold Wynn, unfortunately, we'll have to try and win it from barrier number 12 once again. Gustosissimo, the leader here, Paul.
Well, for barrier 1, I thought he could just go forward and get to the front. Look, I thought Super Joy and Fun, he's got really good gate speed. And for barrier 7, I think he can get across and cross those ones on his inside, because the other ones that got speed are drawn outside him, like Happy Fat Cat and Harold Wynn. A View of the World, he'll be looking for cover because he's drawn wide. He might have to go all the way back if he can't slot in. Easton, Gallant Valour should get a better run. He's drawn nicely. And then A. Emeritus Spexo. Wings of War. Nordic Dragon from barrier 10 is a bit awkward for him.
Tom's back, this time with Angus Chung on Gustosissimo.
Angus Gustosissimo, last start, he had a lovely run on the trail. How did you see the performance overall?
I think he's performed very consistently. See nothing wrong with, for this horse. He probably can perform the same performance in the coming race.
He's got barrier number 1, so he should get the same sort of run, should he?
Yeah, I think barrier 1 must be a benefit for him. Hopefully, I think the best technique is going forward is a good lead. He's not sit and sprint horse, but he got a really good speed. Yeah, hopefully I can get the lead.
You galloped him last week, I think, on the 30th. Happy with the way he performed that morning?
Yeah. In trail work, I don't see any difference, and I think he's in the best form right now, so hopefully he can perform well.
There he is, Angus Chung on Gustosissimo, Paul. Now here is View of the World, which gave Zach the record at Happy Valley last time. A. Emeritus Spexo spotted him quite a bit of ground here, and the weight turnaround is significant.
Yeah, it is. So, look, I think he can beat him, A. Emeritus Spexo. I thought he could beat here View of the World. But, look, there was a good run from both these horses. It was a strong win from View of the World. So, yeah, both these horses go in. But from barrier 2, A. Emeritus Spexo might be slightly closer in the run.
Well, one more replay to have a look at. Happy Fat Cat mixing his form a bit lately. Ran 4th here. He's since run 2nd. Following this has Happy Fat Cat. Kairos Dragon 5th, doesn't get too much late room. We've also got A. Emeritus Spexo and Super Joy and Fun in this too.
I don't mind Super Joy and Fun in this. He drops out pretty quickly because he had a really tough run from barrier number 9. He comes in a little bit to barrier 7, and just the way with the speed is outside him, I just thought he could get across. If he did, he could be a bit overs in this race.
Who wins last?
Well, we'll go with him at a price, Super Joy and Fun, because if he does get where I think he's going to be, then he's a massive chance in this at a big price. So Super Joy and Fun on top to beat A. Emeritus Spexo, A. View of the World. And Gallant Valour, he finished off strongly in one of those repays we saw earlier on. Each way about the 8 for me, 8, 7, 5 and 9.
That's all of the information for Happy Valley on Wednesday night. 9 races and the first gets underway at 6:40 local time.